Please print out the PDF file on the description below if you can, so you can work with me. Write square root of sine x plus cos x in the form of r sine of x plus alpha, where r is greater than 0 and alpha is between 0 and pi over 2. So first of all, I just write root 3 sine of x plus cos of x is equal to r sine of x plus alpha first. Now on the right hand side, so if I expand this, remember sine of a plus b is equal to sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So if I expand this, it will give me r sine x cos alpha plus cos x sine of alpha. So now I just expand a bit further, so which is r sine of x cos of alpha plus r cos of x sine of alpha. So this is root 3 sine x plus cos of x. So now sine x here and sine x, so which is compare the coefficient of sine x and the coefficient of cos x. Now remember, r sine r cos x is a constant. So this is root 3 sine x is equal to r sine x cos alpha. So I write cos alpha and then sine x. So now the coefficient of sine x is root 3 equal the coefficient of this, so which is r cos of alpha. So I name this equation number 1. And for cos x, I just write left hand side cos x is equal to this cos x here is equal to r cos x sine alpha. But because sine alpha is a constant, I just write this in the front. So cos x. So now coefficient of cos x on the left hand side here is 1. So which is 1 is equal to r sine of alpha. So I name this one here is equation number 2. So I just write equation number 2 underneath here. So 1 equal to r sine of alpha. That's equation number 2. So I just use equation number 2 divided by equation number 1. That is 1 over square root of 3 equal r sine alpha over r cos alpha. So I just write equation number 2 divided by equation number 1. So because I've run out of space, I just write it on here. So that become, this r cancel out, so that become 1 over root 3 is equal to tan of alpha. So therefore, alpha must be inverse tan of 1 over root 3. So tan inverse 1 over root 3, which is equal to pi over 6. Alpha is pi over 6. So now for equation 1 and 2, again, if I square the equation number 1, so that is root 3 square is 3. And then r cos alpha square, that is r cos of alpha square. This will become r square cos square alpha. So just clear this. Now if I square equation number 2, that is 1 square is 1. R sine alpha all square is r square sine of square alpha. Let's say name this equation A and this equation B. I can just do A plus B, so which is 3 plus 1 is 4. So r square cos square alpha plus r square sine square alpha. So now I take the common factor out, that is r square, and that's cos square alpha plus sine square of alpha. So now cos square alpha plus sine square alpha is 1. So that means 1 times r squared is r squared. So 4 is equal to r squared. So I square root both sides. That is 2 equal r. Don't forget r is always positive. Therefore, I can write root 3 sine of x plus cos of x is equal to r, which is 2, and then sine of x plus alpha. Alpha is pi over 6. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. So first of all, I just write 2 sine of x minus cos x is equal to square root of 5 sine of x minus alpha. So remember that sine of A minus B is equal to sine of A cos of B minus cos of A sine of B. So that is square root of 5 sine of x cos of alpha minus cos of x sine of alpha. That is equal to square root of 5 sine of x cos of alpha minus square root of 5 cos of x sine of alpha. So I just write this one down first. So which is 2 sine of x minus cos of x. So now we just compare the coefficient of sine x and cos x. So on the left hand side here, 2 sine x is equal to 5 sine x cos alpha. So I just write 2 sine of x is equal to square root of 5 sine x cos alpha is equal to square root of 5 cos of alpha sine x, because cos of alpha it is a constant. So now on the left hand side, the coefficient is equal to 2, and then on the right hand side, the coefficient of sine x is square root of 5 cos of alpha. I name this equation number 1 first. Now the coefficient of cos x on the left hand side, and then compare with the right hand side. So that is negative cos of x is equal to negative square root of 5 cos x sine alpha, which is the same as sine of alpha cos x. So the coefficient on the left hand side is minus 1, and then the coefficient on the right hand side is negative root 5 sine of alpha. So that is 1 is equal to root 5 sine alpha. That equation number 2. So now if I use equation number 2 divided by equation number 1, that is 1 over 2 is equal to square root of 5 sine of alpha over square root of 5 cos of alpha. So the root 5 cancelled out. So therefore a half is equal to 10 of alpha. So therefore alpha is 10 inverse of a half. Because 10 inverse a half doesn't give you exact value, so I just leave as it is. So therefore, I just write the answer out. So which is 2 sine x minus cos of x is equal to square root of 5 sine of x minus alpha. But alpha is 10 inverse of 1 over 2. Please stop the video and try this one yourself. We just write 5 cos x minus 2 sine x is equal to a cos of x plus alpha. So if I expand the right hand side, now remember cos of a plus b is equal to cos of a cos of B minus, because it's plus, so that become minus. So which is sine of A, sine of B. So this is equal to A cos of X of alpha minus sine of X and sine of alpha. So I expand further. This is become A cos of X cos of alpha minus A sine of X sine of alpha. So just write here 5 cos of X minus 2 sine of X. So now I just compare the coefficient of cos X and the coefficient of sine X. So 5 cos X is equal to this one here, A cos X cos alpha. So I can write A cos alpha cos X. So therefore the coefficient of X on the left hand side is 5 and the coefficient on the right hand side is A cos of alpha. Then now the coefficient of sine X on the left is equal to this. So which is, I just write here, minus 2 sine of X equal negative A sine X sine alpha. So I just put sine alpha first because sine alpha is a constant. So I just write this out. So this means that 2 is equal to A sine of alpha. So I name this equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So now I just do equation number 2 divided by equation number 1. That is 2 over 5 is equal to A sine of alpha over A cos of alpha. That is equation number 2 over equation number 1. So now this cancel out. So tan of alpha is equal to 2/5. So that is alpha is equal to tan inverse of 2/5. Because tan inverse of 2/5 doesn't give you exact value, so we just leave as it is. So now to find A, so what we do, we square both equation number 1 and equation number 2. So I just write here because I've run out of space. So that is I square equation number 1. So this is 5 square is 25 equal A square and cos square alpha. Because I squared this equation here. Now I squared equation number 2. 2 square is 4, which is A square, and then sine square alpha. So if I add them up, so this is, just name this A. Okay, and name this is B if you like. So now I just add them up. So which is 25 plus 4 is 29 is equal to A square cos square alpha plus A square sine square alpha. So now if I take the common factor out on the right hand side, that is A square, that becomes cos of square alpha plus sine square of alpha. So cos square alpha plus sine square alpha is equal to 1. That is 29 equal A square. So therefore A is square root of 29. So don't forget A is a positive value, so we ignore the negative sign. So square root of 29. So therefore 5 cos of X minus 2 sine of X is equal to A, which is square root of 29. I just write 29 down first, square root of that, and then cos of X plus alpha. But alpha is tan inverse of 2 over 5. Thank you so much for watching.